What's going on, everybody? Welcome to After Prison Show, and today I want to tell you two crazy prison news stories, both relating to prison smuggling gone wrong. You know, when you think about smuggling things into prison, that's definitely going to be a big no-no. Things that you're not supposed to do. And anything that you will be smuggling in is going to be considered contraband. Things that you're not allowed to have. Whether we're talking about cell phones, tobacco, some drugs, anything along those lines. Whenever you're trying to get whatever in, the object is not to get caught. That may have been too many up-close shots too quickly. If so, I do apologize for that. But with that being mentioned, I do want to share with you these two prison-related news stories in relation to contraband getting smuggled inside of a prison and everything about that gone wrong. And this first story that I want to share with you just recently took place down in Texas involving 2 pallets of donated fruit to a prison. Now, before I go any further, I want to share something with you that you may not be aware of. You know, in certain cases, when it comes to the food being served to the prisoners, sometimes that food is donated by any number of outside sources. And down here in Texas, again, just recently, there were these 2 pallets of donated bananas that arrived at the prison. You know, anytime you're going to get your tray and you got a banana on your tray or you got some watermelon, that's some good fruit to be getting on your tray. Something that you might not get all of the time and might only get it when that type of stuff is donated to the prison. But when the prison guards went to bring in these 2 pallets of bananas, they noticed that something wasn't right about the weight of them. I don't know if they've got like a little chart right there inside of the prison gates that tells them how much a pallet of bananas is supposed to weigh, but it had something to do with the weight of these pallets. And that first sparked the interest of these officers to look into these pallets a little bit further. And when the officers went digging in these boxes of bananas, it wasn't just bananas that they found in there. Officers discovered 540 boxes of some serious contraband up inside them 2 pallets of supposed bananas, alleged bananas. Allegedly, it was supposed to be bananas. Now, I want you to think about this because there's a lot to mention with this. First of all, the 2 pallets of these alleged bananas had a street value of over $18 million. Yeah, that's right. Million? $18 million. You know, I just gotta throw this out here, and I know this is gonna sound horrible when I say this, but just think about that. What would you do if you ran across 2 pallets of alleged bananas and inside of there you found 540 boxes of the other stuff? And I ain't talking about no bananas, with a street value of over $18 million. I really want to know what you would do. Please comment down below and let me know exactly what you're thinking about this whole situation thus far. Because I just got to tell you, that is a lot of money we're talking about right here. That is a lot of money. $18 million will change your life forever, or it'll send you away for the rest of your life, one or the other. You better do the right thing. I hope down in the comment section while you're on the keyboards right now, I hope y'all talking about the right thing. I really do. Now let's also throw this into the mix. At the beginning of this story, I said that this fruit was donated. It was just given to the prison. Who donated this fruit? Who was it? Who left these 2 pallets of bananas right here? Everybody got Pablo Escobar. Makes a lot of sense now. That El Chapo. Okay, I get it now. Did whoever donated this fruit know what was inside of those boxes? There's no way that they could have. There's absolutely no way. You cannot convince me that whoever donated these boxes to this prison knew what they were donating. They had to be none the wiser. And that's just my own personal opinion. So if whoever it was who donated this fruit had no idea, I can guarantee you right now they're talking to the FBI. They're talking to the federales. Somebody is at their door right now talking about, excuse me, are you the one that just donated those 2 pallets of bananas? Go ahead, put your hand behind your back, put your hand behind your back. You're going up underneath the prison. So if they were none the wiser, whoever it was that donated these fruits. Well, let's backtrack a little bit further to when this fruit was coming into the country, off of whatever boat from whatever country. Border Patrol, Customs, whoever works at the dock, who's ever in charge of checking these boxes, they obviously missed a major shipment right there. And you know, also, I just want to throw this out there. I'm pretty sure they're feeling pretty dumb right now. I'm pretty sure they're feeling like, damn, we missed this. But some prison guards, some pesky old rascal prison guards found this. And them dock working, custom, border patrol, they got to be feeling a certain type of way about this situation right now. Whereas these guards who found this, they got to be feeling like Superman heroes. They got to be feeling like Superman standing next to Spider-Man or Batman or they got to be feeling pretty proud of themselves. Major accomplishment. Woo! I ain't never seen nothing like this, Bobby. I ain't never seen nothing like this, Bobby, in the 13 years that I've been working in the Department of Corrections. Bobby, we done got us one today. You better put some stripes on them officers' arms. I'm talking about raise them beyond lieutenant, captain. Just go ahead and make them the warden, because they did a major thing. And you know, also, I wonder if at all it was difficult for them to do the right thing. Ricky Bobby, do you know what we just discovered right here? Ricky Bobby, we could change our entire lives right now. Ricky Bobby, we could be gone. We could be down there in Mexico with these bananas that just came in from down there. Living comfortably for the rest of our lives, Ricky Bobby. Living comfortably, drinking pina coladas on the beach somewhere. Ricky Bobby, we never got to step foot in this prison again. I wonder if it was difficult for them to do the right thing. But to be honest with you, it probably wasn't. I want to just go ahead and say that these were stand-up officers, and they absolutely did the right thing, no questions asked. So again, kudos to them. People out there, and I really want you guys to hear me out on this one. What if Ricky Bobby and his sidekick weren't working that day? And what if it was somebody else? Somebody else who saw those 2 pallets of generously donated bananas being delivered and dropped off right there at the prison, and they just pushed those bananas through? None the wiser, without a care in the world. Thinking only to themselves, man, I can't wait to get these bananas in so I can go back to that chair and go back to sleep, because that's all I'll be doing when I'm on shift. What if those 540 boxes got through? Just think about that. And I want to throw myself into this little pretend situation for a moment as well. When I was in prison, one of my prison jobs was I used to work in the produce cooler. I was the produce guy. I had my own cooler. Inside of the kitchen, you've got tiers. You've got levels to this type of stuff. Start in the tray room, that's the worst job. You might get up to working on the line, preparing the meals as the prisoners are coming through. That's the second worst job. But then you can get up to like a cook, prep cook. You could get up to the frozen cooler, which is one of the best coolers. And then the slightly lesser cooler was the cooler that I worked, the produce cooler. Or you might get the milk cooler. There's all sorts of different jobs that you can have in the kitchen. And I had the produce cooler, which is ironic because had it been me down in Texas and these bananas got through and I was the produce prisoner and those bananas came in, I'd be wheeling those bananas into my little produce cooler. And of course, what any prisoner who works in the coolers is gonna do, you're gonna open up them boxes and you're gonna get you a banana or a piece of watermelon or a nice ripe apple, whatever type of fruit's coming through. You're gonna get first dibs. That's going in your cooler. Could you imagine being that prisoner responsible for pushing those pallets of bananas into that cooler, opening up them bananas and seeing 540 boxes of the really, really super bad illegal contraband? You open up one of them little boxes and you like, oh my God. The first thing I'm gonna think is this is an absolute setup. Who, are the federales in here right now? Like what? This has got to be a setup. That's the first thought that's going to be going through my mind. But, after I convince myself that the coast is clear, potentially, and I'm not just saying me, this could be anybody. You're going to see that. And that might automatically trigger a relapse or automatically get you to thinking, oh my God, I never got to do another prison tattoo again. I'm going to be rich in here. I got a street value of $18 million sitting in my cooler right now. The crazy thing is, maybe a prisoner would try to dabble in it. Maybe they would go into the bathroom, come out butt naked, looking like some cake batter done exploded on their face. I don't know. The scenarios of where this could go are virtually limitless. But let me tell you like this. There is nothing good that's going to come of it at all. Because you might try to take some for yourself. You might even try to be selling it inside of the prison. You're never going to be able to get rid of all of it. The guards are eventually going to find it one way or another. And then when I tell you they're going to shake down, they gonna drop down, get their eagle on, they gonna stinky leg, they gonna, what's the other dance move? They gonna kiki, do you like, they gonna shake down. Like they ain't never shook down before in their life. And they're gonna find every bit, or at least they're gonna attempt to. They're gonna be going all up in your rectal cavity because they're gonna be knowing that's gonna be the only place where you even stand a chance of getting away with it. And then here's the other thing to think about this as well. You're probably thinking to yourself, Joe, if you find this, why wouldn't you just tell the guards? They would probably release you. You would probably not have to serve any more time at all. That's like finding a gun in prison. Well, let me tell you this. Let's just say hypothetically you did that. Let's just say, you know what? Wow. $18 million, a street value of $18 million. I got to do the right thing. Excuse me, guard. I'm looking for an extra hot dog tray. Guard, can you come look at my cooler real quick and look at this $18 million worth of... I don't see that going right at all. Because, if you went and you told the guards, hey, look, there's a street value of $18 million worth of cocaine inside of this cooler right here that somehow just slipped in here. Oh, them guards ain't never going to want that news getting out. They ain't never going to want nobody finding out about that. They might put you in the hole forever. You might disappear in the system for real. Because you know how bad that would make them look had that made it past that front gate in that scale where I guess allegedly they weigh those pallets at? I can legitimately see this situation as like an absolute lose-lose. This would absolutely be prison smuggling gone wrong, and the crazy damn thing about it is you ain't even do nothing. You ain't have no parts of these donated bananas that made it past customs getting off of the boat, that made it past the guard who was just trying to take a nap at the front gate. You ain't have no parts of this. You just thought you was getting some bananas. But instead you got you a whole lot more. So yeah, that was the first story that I wanted to share with you guys, and please comment down below and let me know what you think about this crazy situation. This second story that I want to share with you is pretty crazy as well, and this one takes place right here where After Prison Show is based, good old Commonwealth state of Virginia, where starting next month, women visiting anybody in any prison here in this state are no longer going to be allowed to wear tampons. And the reason for this is because they don't want anybody coming into the prison to visit with anything stuffed up inside of a body cavity, I think is the right word. Women visiting friends, family, and loved ones incarcerated in Virginia prisons will no longer be allowed to wear a tampon during that visit once the new Department of Corrections policy goes into effect next month. Wow, it's 2018. Virginia DOC, you sounding kind of like a feminist, right? I mean, this is borderline not okay. How you gonna be telling people in 2018 what they can and cannot be wearing? Well, I guess you can if you're the prisons. I mean, you just be doing what you want to do. If someone chooses to visit a Virginia Department of Corrections inmate, he or she cannot have anything hidden inside of a body cavity. You know, they're pretty vague with that right there. They're just saying inside a body cavity. So, you know, that could be door number 1 or poop chute number 2. You get where I'm going? You're able to... I'm pretty sure I just explained that exactly. There have been many instances in which visitors have attempted to smuggle things into our prisons by concealing those things up inside of a body cavity, including door number 1. You know, that's interesting that they mention that. They say including door number 1 because I'm quite sure quite a bit of it comes up door number 2. Wow, why does that smell like the dew? And I ain't talking about the mountain kind neither. My God. Why does visitor room smell like I just walked into a porta-john that ain't been cleaned in 3 months sitting on a construction site with all these words and crazy things written on the door? So what's going to end up happening is when women go to visit, if they do have a tampon in them or wearing one or whatever the politically correct way to say that is, you know, they're going to be offered a choice right there. They're going to be like, hey, you can take a prison-issued pad. And if you've never seen what a prison-issued maxi pad looks like, I'm actually thinking about doing a video, how to make a prison-issued maxi pad. Why would I ever? If you've never seen what those look like, I haven't neither. However, I'm going to give you the best representation of what I feel that would look like. Now, what you're looking at is some 80-weight drawing paper type of a sketch pad right here. We got a real gritty surface right here. We got some barbed wire metal rings here, and we've got some cardboard that if this was to ever... What I'm trying to tell y'all is this is a pretty sturdy and just very uncomfortable type of a thing here. This is what I imagine a prison-issued pad would be like. But again, I'm not 100% sure on that. Don't quote me on that. I honestly don't know. So they're going to give women the option. Hey, you could choose option A, or you could choose option B and see yourself out the front gate because you ain't coming up in here. Not with anything concealed up in that body cavity, you ain't. Now, this brings quite a few things to mind. First, you know, when you think about trying to smuggle things into the prison, that's potentially a very good way that it has happened in the past. But don't think that that's the only way. In fact, if you want to know the best way to smuggle something into the prison, all you got to do is... You thought I was going to tell you, didn't you? I ain't no snitch. I'm not telling. Just like what I told to them cops who arrested me almost 10 years ago. I ain't telling. But trust and believe, you know, though that is a very good way to get things in, there's other ways as well. And believe me, I've seen some of the craziest ways things have gotten in. You know, I might actually do a video on that. Some of the craziest ways. Something else to throw into the mix. Though this is a very delicate story and situation and policy that they're getting ready to put into effect, you know, that could potentially have a lot of women mad about this. This could also, and this is probably going to be really horrible of me to even mention, but this could also be used as kind of a good thing as well. Let's just say, for example, a guy calls home. Hey, baby, thank God you picked up. You know, I've been calling you for 2 years now, and thank you for picking up. It's just so good to finally hear your voice. You know, I was just wondering, Are you gonna come and see me?
Jody, Jimbo's on the phone. Shh, Jody, shh. Jimbo's on the phone. He wants me to come see him. What should I tell him? What should I tell? I can't go see him.
Yeah, you know, baby. All you gotta do is tell him you want. All you gotta do is just tell him you can't come see. You can't come see him. Just tell him it's that time of the month. You can't come see him.
Oh, Jody, you got all the sense, Jody. You so smart, Jody. I love you. I don't love Jimbo. I don't even know why I picked up the phone.
Baby, baby, did you hear me? Who are you talking to right there? Is somebody there with you?
No, Jimbo, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Jimbo. I can't come this weekend. I can't come. The Red River has visited me this weekend, Jimbo. I just can't make it. I can't. You know the new policy they just put in. I would come. Shh, Jody, shh.
That right there, I hope, was amazing. I hope that really came out the way that I was trying to depict it. But yeah, it could actually be used as some kind of a justification, some kind of a, I don't know, an excuse to not go visit guys, which really sucks, to be honest with you. I mean, that's not a good thing at all. Now, two other things to throw into this story. The first being, you know, if prisons are starting to put this into effect, and it's starting here in Virginia, this will probably start trickling down to other states as well. Virginia, wow, you really came up with a good idea. You know what? Every state in the rest of the country, we're going to start doing the exact same thing. But also, could you imagine this? You know, when you think about going to an airport and how tight security is there, what if this starts taking place there? Excuse me, ma'am, TSA agent Roscoe speaking with you. You're not going to be able to come through. We are getting an extreme amount of heat coming from your nether regions, and also, you know, you've got one of those cotton balls with the string. You're not going to be able to come through. So you got two options right now, ma'am. Again, TSA agent Roscoe, you've got two options. One, you can turn your happy ass around and get out of the airport. Or two, you can take one of these TSA special pads. Is it going to be option one or is it going to be option two, ma'am? Don't have all day. There's a line behind you. Wow, Joe, it's 2018 with those type of jokes there. I'm only trying to play the devil's advocate, spark a little bit of conversation. Call me a conversation star. Hell, I don't know. But it's crazy. It's crazy to think about this. It's crazy that they telling women that, you know, what they're telling. And they already got, like, you know, a lot of things, a lot of policies in place when it comes to visitation. What women can wear. You can't wear anything provocative or too revealing, which is, you know, interesting to think about. Because if you would allow women to wear that super provocative, revealing, super mini dress type of stuff, that's less areas where they could conceal that contraband. You might want to repeal that policy. I'm just saying, don't let Joe become a part of the board or nothing. Joe, Mr. After Prison Show, anything that you would like to contribute? Yes, we need to repeal the dress code policy for women going to see guys in prison. Let them wear whatever they want, how less or how little ever that they want. Trust me, you'll thank me later. And you know, with this particular story being just so crazy to me, I actually drew a prison cartoon this morning. I drew a prison cartoon about this story right here, and I'd like to share it with you guys real quick. This right here, I hope you guys can see what I'm showing you. And there just went about 40 prison cartoons all over the floor. This cartoon right here that I'm showing you, I hope you guys can see it. You've got your big old fat prison guard, because anytime that I draw a prison cartoon, I got to draw him as that big old fat prison guard, trying to tell this woman at the visitation, whoa, ma'am. It looks like you've got one of those illegal contraband tampons. You're just not going to be able to get through with that at all. And you know, I tried to depict the fact that, you know, she's got contraband all over the rest of her body. Yet they're only worried about that one thing. So, you know, I guess the point that I'm really trying to make with this is, you know, no matter what, I hope you guys can, no matter what policy you put in place, no matter how crazy you make things, trust and believe me when I tell you, they always going to be finding a way to get it in. Whatever it is, the pack, the contraband, anything. If there's a will, there's a way. And let me tell you one thing. Prisoners, they got a whole lot of both of those things. Wills and ways. And I really hope you guys like that cartoon right there. I hope you like that. I want to start drawing more cartoons. I'm getting right back into my prison art. And also, with sharing this cartoon with you, I would like to go ahead and plug APSofficial.com. That is the After Prison Show website, where on that website, if you're interested in getting your very own custom created cartoon from me to you, you're able to do so. I'll create a cartoon about anything you want. So if you're interested in that, go check out APSofficial.com, the official After Prison Show website. I got a million cartoons scattered all over the ground right here. Hey, look, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. You got some laughs. You got some really interesting information from it. And if you did so, please leave a like and a comment letting me know exactly what you thought about it. As always, until next time, enjoy life, the free world. Never take a moment for granted and make the most of every day.